The UK housing crisis is talked about constantly and explained almost never. Politicians call it complex. Economists call it structural. Journalists call it a crisis without a solution. It is none of those things. It is the result of 5 specific policy decisions made over 40 years, each of which made the problem worse, and each of which had clear beneficiaries. This is the UK housing crisis, explained in 12 minutes. Starting now, in 1980, there were 5.1 million council homes in England. Today, there are fewer than 2 million. The right to buy policy, introduced in 1980, gave council tenants the right to purchase their homes at a discount of up to 70%. It worked for the families who bought. It failed for everyone who came after because the replacement homes were never built. For every 3 right to buy sales, fewer than 1 replacement home was built. And here is the part that should make you angry. Many of those sold council homes are now privately rented. So the public built them. The public subsidized their sale. And a private landlord now collects the rent. In the 1990s, buy-to-let mortgages were introduced. In the 2000s, they became a national obsession. At their peak, over 1.7 million buy-to-let mortgages were outstanding in the UK. The tax system helped. Landlords could deduct their mortgage interest before paying tax. An ordinary person buying a home for themselves got no such relief. It was a systematic tilt of the playing field toward investment buyers and away from residents. Every home bought by an investor was 1 fewer home available to a first-time buyer or a renting worker. The cumulative effect of 2 decades of this dynamic is a housing stock that is increasingly owned by investors and increasingly unaffordable for workers. Britain needs approximately 340,000 new homes a year to meet demand. In recent years, we have built somewhere between 200 and 250,000. That gap, roughly 100,000 homes a year, compounds every year. And the homes being built are not primarily affordable homes. They are market-rate properties aimed at the mid to upper end of the market, because that is where developer margins are largest. Between 2010 and 2024, UK private rents rose by over 60% in real terms. Average wages rose by approximately 15% in real terms over the same period. That divergence is the lived experience of every person in this country who rents. Not a feeling, not an impression, a measurable, documented, consistent reality. For NHS workers, teachers, police, social workers, the public servants on whom the country depends, the gap is particularly acute. Before we get to the 5th reason, a quick note. When your rent consumes more than half your income, the margin for error disappears entirely. 1 missed payment, 1 unexpected bill, and your credit file takes a hit that follows you for years, making it harder to rent, harder to borrow, harder to move. In a housing market this hostile, knowing exactly what landlords and lenders see when they look at your file is not optional. It is essential. You can check your full credit report for free using Experian. It takes 2 minutes. It does not affect your score to check it, and the link is in the description below. That is an affiliate link. Checking your score through it costs you nothing and does not affect your rating. This 5th reason is the most uncomfortable to say out loud. The people with the most power to fix the housing crisis have, historically, had personal financial reasons not to. Property ownership inflates wealth. Rising rents mean higher yields for landlords. A tight housing supply keeps values high for homeowners. And for much of the past 4 decades, a significant proportion of the people writing housing policy in Britain have been homeowners, landlords, or both. This is not a conspiracy. It is a conflict of interest. A documented, published, legal conflict of interest, recorded in the Register of Members' Financial Interests, that has shaped the policy environment in which the housing crisis has been allowed to develop. 5 causes. Each one a policy choice that could, in principle, be reversed. More social housing. A fairer tax system for first-time buyers. A planning regime that actually delivers affordable homes. A wages policy that accounts for housing costs. And a political class that does not benefit personally from the continuation of the crisis. None of this is simple. All of it is possible. If you want to go deeper on any of these, specifically on how the NHS housing crisis connects to the wider system, we have just published a full 35-minute documentary on this channel. The link is in the description. And if you want the raw data, the actual documents, the property records, the transparency register entries we reference in that film, those are available to our Patreon supporters. Link is also in the description. Subscribe if this kind of follow the money analysis is what you are looking for.